Billy on the table.
Let's go, Z. Billy on the table.
Oh my God.
It's supposed to be 3:15.
All right, let's go. So this week, so basic overview of the week that I just had. Didn't quite go to plan. Started out well through the first half of the week, and then the back end of the week fell apart a little bit. There is reasons why, and we'll go through that as we go through each session. But basically at the moment, yesterday marked 9 weeks out from Gold Coast Marathon, so starting to try to build run mileage, drop the bike out a bit more, and focus on those key marathon sessions. So let's rewind back to Monday, and we'll work through each session. I'll try to go into a little bit of detail and just touch base on what the outcome was of each session. So Monday morning, short trainer recovery ride. Planned 43 minutes, completed 43 minutes. So I just built this session to complete on the ergo downstairs, and it's just a recovery ride that builds through a few different zones and essentially just gets the legs moving after the last weekend, which was pretty solid. No real need to dive into this workout too specifically. It was exactly as it appeared here in the workout details. Ramp up in 4 steps, and then 7 lots of 2 minutes on, 1 minute easy. Just putting some pressure through the legs, and then a nice easy cool down for 10 minutes. Average heart rate 117, normalized power 180. Monday afternoon in the gym for 40 minutes, so just a lot of stretching and foam rolling, and then moving a little bit of weight, in particular glutes, hamstrings, calf muscles tend to be the areas I focus on mostly when I'm in the gym. Tuesday morning, TT Tuesday bunch. So Tuesday was Anzac Day, so there was no bunch ride that went out, though I still met up with Millsy, and we still did the loop that the bunch would do, and we just swapped off turns every 5 or 6 minutes. So let's click into this one and have a bit of a better look. All right, so we got 3 laps down here on the right hand side. Lap 1 warm up, 23 minutes, normalized power 154. And then lap 2 was our loop, an hour and 1 minute. And we just took 5-minute turns, swapping off the front. Not riding hard, but just a constant effort, somewhere around 70.3 effort for each of us. So I averaged 215 watts for the lap, normalized power 226, average heart rate 138, average speed was 37.3. So pretty solid, very flat loop, and then a nice easy cool down as well. Ride back home. I've been doing this session for a few weeks now, and I find it to be productive and a good session to flog the legs a little bit on the bike without going too deep. Generally with the bunch, you don't have to do as many efforts, though those efforts seem to be a bit harder. So with a bunch of 6 or 7 people, you might only do 2 or 3 turns max, but those efforts are pretty solid. This week, rolling with just two of us, it was a little bit less solid, but ended up doing a fair bit more work. So that's a good session to add some fatigue into the legs, leading into the week. And that's the main reason that I've been doing that session isn't for bike fitness. It's more so I can add load into the legs for the run sessions that follow later in the week. So overall for that session, 204 watts normalized power, average heart rate 125. Next session, what do we got here? Tuesday morning, I must have threw the shoes on straight after the bike and jogged out 40 minutes. 40 minutes, 8Ks, 504 average. Nothing special here. Average heart rate 132. I can't remember. I did go outside. I couldn't remember if this was treadmill or outside, but it was outside. Nice and cruising, just jogging. So straight off the bike, shoes on, out the door. Keep in mind that Tuesday was a public holiday, so I didn't have to be anywhere. So it allowed me to do that all in the morning, which was great, and it freed up my afternoon. Wednesday morning, 400s. So this coming Sunday, I'm running a 5K in Tenham Sands. So I planned this session out as 400s this Wednesday prior to just to add some speed into the legs. I met up with Ashley at the shop, and we jogged out and found a nice bit of path and cracked out 10 400s. So we'll click into this one and have a good look at him. Quite a number of laps to work through here. Now I haven't ran 400s for a very long time, so I didn't really know what pace to be aiming for, but I thought somewhere around that 5K pace would be ideal. So, and that's what I did. So let's click through this here. Lap 1 was a warm-up, 31 minutes. We jogged out from the shop up to the Kershaw Gardens. I had my slow shoes on for the warm-up, and I was carrying my fast shoes for the session with me. So we stopped and I switched out shoes into some fast shoes, and then we started banging out some 400s. So a good warm-up here, 31 minutes. Just jogging 503 average. Now we click through these 400s here. All right, so we did these on 400s with 2 minutes recovery. Again, just trialing this to see how it felt with the recovery at 2 minutes just walking. Considering how I felt later in the week, I think that this was spot on, but we'll dive into that a bit more later. So first 400 was a bit of a rangefinder, 316s, 2 minutes walk recovery, 310, 309, 305, 305, 305, 310, 311, 309, 305 for the last one. And then a nice easy jog back to the store. So that was solid. A bit about this session was the first 5 felt very easy, and like we weren't actually even doing anything. But then progressively from there, the last 5, this is how I felt anyway, the last 5, each one slowly just crept on you a little bit more. By 6, 7, my quads were feeling a bit sore. 8, 9, I could really feel my calf muscles fired up. So that last one was kind of, legs were starting to get a bit beat up. Mind you, I haven't done speed work for a very, very long time, if ever, really. So this kind of running is somewhat new to me, and my body is just not ready for it at the moment. Simply put, it really knocked me about the next couple of days this session. It's crazy that what felt quite easy in the moment had such an effect on me over the next 24 and 48 hours. It really does creep up on you. So it kind of was a good session, and I don't regret doing it. And it's just all learning. And now I know if I did that session again, I'd be better prepped for it because my body would be able to handle it. But the first time out, it really knocked me up, that one. So overall, completed 15.5K, average pace 5:21. That included a fair bit of walk recovery in there, which I don't stop my watch for. I just keep recording the whole time. Average heart rate 128. Wednesday afternoon, this was a treadmill run. Just put the AC on downstairs and cracked out 7 Ks on the treadmill, 36 minutes, 7 Ks, 516 average, average heart rate 132. So I've been double running on Wednesdays, and I want to keep doing that. At this point, the calf muscles still weren't too bad, so I ran on them in the afternoon. Though it was kind of the next morning where they kind of really flared up, and we're pretty beat up. So we'll click through Thursday. Thursday's just been my bike only day, with no pressure, no stress on it. A recovery focused day because of the sessions that I do on Tuesday and Wednesday. I've been keeping Thursday as a recovery day on the bike. Simply 90 minutes to 2 hours, easy pedaling. And like I've said just before, my calves were actually on fire, so I was really needing this easy light day on the bike. So nothing special here to click through and have a look at, but we completed an hour 51. What have we got here? Hour 51, average heart rate 109, normalized power 168. So yeah, just really cruising along. Barely got the heart rate up. Max heart rate 136. So recovery day in the books. Ride home from work in the afternoon. All right, Friday is where I kind of started to fall apart a little bit for the week, and it was all to do with that Wednesday session. So Friday morning I had planned, let's just click through to this next one. Friday morning I had planned 16 Ks of jogging, though I just far too sore from Wednesday still. So this is where I had to start improvising for the week, and I've just left these how they are. And I haven't adjusted the sessions to what, even though I adjusted it on the fly, I've still just left it here because I need to show you guys that things don't always go to plan, and from time to time I need to just adjust things on the fly as I wake up in the morning and make a decision on what I'm going to do. So I ended up sleeping in on Friday. I scratched my run completely for the morning. Went to work, and then after work I came home and spent, again, still pretty sore, so I wasn't going to go to the gym and push more weight. I came home and jumped on the foam roller on the ground up here and just tried to stretch and roll those calf muscles out, quads, hemis, glutes, all that kind of stuff. So I spent 20 minutes doing that to loosen up, and then jumped on the treadmill for another 30 minutes of jogging. So yeah, 6 Ks on the treadmill. In the afternoon, average heart rate 144. Quite high actually for an afternoon jog in the aircon. But that's cool. So I always wear heart rate, though I don't live and die by it, but it is a good indicator of kind of what's going on. If things are off, your heart rate's kind of going to tell you, and as we move through to Saturday, you'll really see what's happening here. So let's click through to Saturday. So moving forward one more session. Saturday morning, when I planned my week out a week ago, I was going to do a 3 to 4 hour bike ride, though having missed the run on Saturday and the fact that I'm focusing on a marathon, I dropped that ride in and made sure to make up some of that run mileage that I missed. So again, calf muscles are still pretty tight and sore at this point, though I went out anyways. So I dropped the ride. Let's click back a couple. Dropped the ride, and I actually went out and did park run on Saturday morning. Always good to catch up with some people at parkrun and have a jog around. Just show my face every now and again to make sure everyone knows that I'm still the course record holder. But we can actually click into this one and have a look. So initially I was just going to do 30-minute jog after my bike ride. So that's why this one's flagged as orange and jog 30 minutes it says there. But we can still click through this. So ran from, I just parked at the shop, ran from the shop up to parkrun, 31 minutes, 5:03 average. And this is where we can see what's going on a bit here and how a couple of shitty nights sleep have affected me. Average heart rate for this warm up, 137. God damn. Yeah, horrible. Anyways, yeah, 137. Lap 2 was parkrun, 1938. And again, this heart rate is just ridiculous. It is just far too high. 170 heart rate average, 355 average. Whew, baby, it wasn't hot. I was just cooked. And then jog home, jog back to the shop after parkrun, 29 minutes, average heart rate 142, pace 505 average. So all up, clocked out 17.1k and made up for the run that I missed on Friday morning. Less than ideal, fatigued, couple of shitty nights sleep, heart rate through the roof. Life goes on. So we'll move on. We've gone through that. So Sunday morning here, long run planned. I had to drop it and I opted for 90 minutes on the bike instead. So completely dropped that run for Sunday. Now, the main reason that I was able to drop the run yesterday was because today is another public holiday and I simply moved that run to today. So I've done that run this morning now. I did 30 Ks this morning to make up for that mileage, though. So this ride yesterday morning, 90 minutes, was just cruising just to get out and put some, like, actually use those muscles, because I think that using those muscles, even though they're a bit sore, is still the better outcome. Especially riding a bike, there's no load that's really going through it. There's no impact. It's a gentle stretch. So being able to use the bike as a tool for that is really great. So 90 minutes, just out to Thompson Point and back, heart rate 118, normalized power 179. Long run dropped, and I'll click through, and today's Monday morning, but I'll click through that and include that in this week's upload, because I've got some thoughts on that long run. So again, I just left that, even though I moved it to today, I still just left that in there and let it be red, purely because it's important to know that like, you do have to change things from time to time and adjust on the fly. And I think it's better to be able to leave things in there and leave them red, and then that way, if you ever revisit things in the future, you can see there that you weren't just a perfect human being that was able to do every session that you were planned. Whereas if I changed these and made sure that they were green, looking back in the future, next time I do a marathon prep or whatever it might be, I'll be like, man, I was damn consistent then, and I was able to do everything I planned. But that's not the case. So it's important that I leave these red and kind of just and the only time I will actually change it is if it's a specific workout with efforts and I need that workout on my Garmin, on my bike computer, or on my watch, and then I will actually change it so I have that workout handy. And this morning, boom, 2 hours 31, 30.2, average pace 501, average heart rate 130. So that is the difference. 1:30 average this morning for 5:01 average pace. But if we click into the run from Saturday morning, my God, that warm up 137 for 5:03, like it was just cooking. Like that is out of control. But a couple of good nights sleep, actually having some fluids and good hydration, and we're all back on track for this coming week. So I've already spent some time and planned out this coming week. As I said earlier, I am racing Tandem 5K on Sunday morning. And for the most part, I've kept the weeks pretty similar. And that's something that I'm always going to do is I enjoy having that consistency from week to week with that structure where it's quite similar. And like I said earlier, if I need to change things, I will. So overall last week, let's just put that there. Overall last week, not the most perfect week, but it was salvageable. Quite a bit short on each of these here. Total duration only 11 hours and 53 minutes. Bike duration 6 hours 13 minutes, and run volume was only 54k of 82 planned though. But that's cool because I've been able to get that long run in this morning, and I wasn't really going to be able to get the long run in on this weekend anyway because I'm racing. So I haven't missed a long run. I've just pushed it a day, and that means that this week here will still be a great week for run mileage if everything goes to plan. So, but that's all that there. Takeaways from this week was, again, like things pop up and things happen. The 400s workout on Wednesday morning just ended up frying the legs a little bit too much, and it kind of threw the rest of my week out, but I've made it work as much as I could. Overall, I haven't lost any volume. I've just kind of shifted things around and kind of knowing that Monday, if I ran long yesterday, I would have rode this morning. So I kind of did that yesterday and just kind of swapped that around in my head, not on the computer. So I haven't run mileage. I haven't dropped anything. It's just just a bit of easy volume on the bike, but that's cool. At this point, with being in a marathon prep, the bike's gonna have to be the first thing to go, and I need to ensure that I'm getting that run mileage in. So that's that for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and if it's something that you've enjoyed, please comment, like, or subscribe, or a combination of all three below. And I hope to keep this up over the next 10 weeks as we build into the Gold Coast Marathon.